All right. Let's see. I just want to get this going. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. Let me just tag everyone. Let's see. Sorry, guys, if you hear, I'm just trying to get everything going. Should really do this beforehand, but I'm gonna need an intro for that. Edit message. I'm almost done, guys. Let's see. Oop, you just saw very sloppy. Let's see. Desktop. I think we're good. All right. What's up, everyone? Whether you're watching this live or tuning in, I'm just going to go over a couple things. First thing, I apologize about last night or last 2 days ago stream. Yeah, 2 days ago. For some reason, I fucked around with it for like 20 minutes because I did hear it when I played it back on the recordings, and it was perfectly fine. And I guess as soon as it went live, there was issues. So again, I sincerely apologize. I'm actually debating on just taking that video down. It's just freaking embarrassing. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That might be the only sacrifice to these streams until I can figure out how to play both, is understanding or try to figure out why it does it and hopefully mitigate it, if not ditch it entirely. But I want you guys to be able to have some sort of background noise, so it's not just me talking for an hour and a half. So let's get started. We've talked about last time, very quick, let's see, I've been gone for a while, just kind of getting back into the swing of things. So let's see. Actually, I want to just go down to 4 hours should be enough. Let's go over BTC. First thing I want to talk about on BTC is possibilities of where we're going, especially now that we had this up move. I'm definitely more looking for upside in regards to what levels. We'll talk about that, but for now, I'm looking for an upside for at least a bigger pullback, if not a complete reversal. So what do I mean by that? So down here, we had a bigger ABC. All right, beautiful. I've very clean setup in my opinion on a macro scale. And now we're having some sort of another A, B, and it looks like it's going to want to continue. Now, depending on where it wants to go, there's a couple places where it can reverse from. That is one possibility I'm looking at, though. The other is that, let's see. The other is that this is a complete market reversal and we're going to have another bull run. How likely is it? Hey Johnny, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. How's my audio? Before I continue, I'll give it a couple seconds before I get too involved in the analysis here. How's the audio? It sounds good on my end, or it did before I went live. So just please, if this is good, I think I figured out the problem. Just give me a shout. Just let me know. Um, so what I'm looking for is we have an A, we have a B, and now depending on where price wants to go next, maybe a couple things. Now, depending on where it goes, the conclusion what I'm trying to come up with or say is that one possibility that there's going to be a bigger B for a pullback and maybe a possible lower low. Good audio? Good. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I think I figured out the problem. I can't use the same driver for more than one thing, so I had to switch things around. So I'm glad it's working. I'm glad you guys can hear me and not listen to an hour and a half of just crackling. Again, I'm sorry for that. So, where was I? So there's two variables I'm looking at here. Either this is going to be a bigger pullback for another continuation down. Not crazy lows. I just think they might revisit and might retest the bottom at 29K. That is a very valid possibility. Or that this ABC that I pointed out before, this one was a bottom, and now we're kind of just consolidating before we find a bigger reversal in the market. So before we jump to any conclusions, I just kind of want to go over what's going on recently, what I'm doing, what my plan is. So going to now, first we're on a 4 hour, now we're on a 1 hour. We established that this was the bottom of the C. So I'm just going to draw this. All right. So now what I see here is an A, a B, and where I'm looking for some sort of C. Now on a longer term scale, on a I would guess I wouldn't say a macro, but on a medium to longer term scale, I'm looking for a higher high for this to be a very clean ABC setup. Now there's two different ways that this can happen. Depending on where things reverse, if they reverse, there's different levels that I'm looking for. In regards to playing local highs as potential points of reversal, there's only two that I really see that I think are significant. It's going to be one at 45.8-ish. I'll mark that out here for you. Why can't I figure this out? Text, that's why. Yep, price level. You're about 47, 45.7, 45.8. Hey, Josh V, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Drake, thank you for letting me know as well about the audio. I appreciate it. So before we keep going, talk about local highs. Looking for a more macro ABC. Where things can go to is still relative on where the local resistances are, or the higher, or I wouldn't say local, but depending on what time frame you're looking at. I'm looking at this from a bigger perspective. So if price does come back above 45.8, I am looking from, it can reverse anywhere from there to 52K. And this is just me assuming that this is going to be a bigger pullback before having another continuation to the downside. So once I establish that, I'm going to go zoom in just a little bit more and talk about what's going on in more recent price action. Now that we got a pump, things are still kind of in the water. You know, we're in this range, but what I see is a little bit more clear to me. Before, a couple days ago, I wasn't really too sure. It really could have went 50-50. But what I'm seeing is an A, a B, and a C. Now, what's nice about this is that there's two variables, okay? One variable is that this is an A, and we can come down. You know what? Let me draw this out. All right. So what I mean by that is this is just going off of what I see. This could be an A. We can have an A, B, C top, and then another leg down. You know, somewhere in between 37,200 and where's the other one? 34,3. So anywhere in this region, we can find a bottom to a B. All right. So that's going to make the C wave before we have another continuation higher. That's the first level I'm looking at. Now there is a smaller ABC which I am currently hedging. I know on an hour time frame is kind of small. I'm still going to play just in case. In this situation, what I talk about and what I tell people in this kind of scenario where there's multiple possibilities, if you think that price is not going to touch a certain level or put in a certain structure, you could always play the smaller ABC. What I mean by that is this one here. All right, but in comparison relative to size, I think you should approach it in two different ways. One, use half risk or use lower risk, to where you're either using, I would say less amount, a little bit more, and a little bit looser of a stop loss, or just the same of what you're usually playing. This is just the position is just in case. In my opinion, and what I think, I personally think we're going to see more upside, but just because I think something doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So what I'm looking for is for this to come down here, a B, and depending on where she wants to reverse, I see either an ABC here or the bigger ABC to the upside up here. All right. Now, some of you guys are watching are probably in my Discord group. I did mention this as a possibility as for a, let's see, for a reversal. I'll bring it up here quick. I just briefly talked about it. Just mentioned, hey guys, these are just levels. I did say, actually no, where is it? I did point this out as a possible hedge possibility. I'm still gonna play it, but I'm not gonna go too crazy. This is not the top. This is not a reversal. I'm honestly looking for putting serious weight on as an idea, but I do understand that it's a possibility. So that's the plan going forward. Let me just clean this up for you guys. So for next time when I come on here, let's see what's going on. All right. I'll draw it the same way I drew it. I drew it in my Discord. So that's one. Actually, no, I'll draw the bigger one. ABC. Now, what are my thoughts? I'll be honest with you. It's tough because as much I've been bearish for a while. The only reason why I've been bearish, let me just draw these out and I'll talk about that real quick. The only reason why I've been bearish for a particularly decent amount of time, I would say for a while, is that back when the bull market started and the way things kind of topped out and had, let's say, tested the lows and began to reverse, I just wasn't a biggest fan of the structure. Now, what I mean by that is, let's go to a BTC USD Coinbase chart. Oh, I am on Coinbase. Thought I was on the index. Index. All right. So just an example. I've never been the biggest fan of, well, that's what I think now, but of this pullback here. Now, is it valid? 1,000%. All you need is a wick below the A to get a valid ABC set up. But usually, from my experience, like if you look back down here, this was a much larger ABC. All right, and this is something I point out a lot. I pointed out in previous videos. This is a point in time where when I decided to teach people about this, this is a very big moment that I talk about with my students or with some of the people that I've taught with or that I've taught, is that this was a beautiful ABC setup. It was a little bit aggressive, but the structure of it was phenomenal. But this is on a more complete change of the market kind of ABC. In size comparison to what's going on now, it's a slight pullback. So that's the only thing that's the reason why I go against that theory and that thought, is that I never truly liked that as a pullback. I was looking for something more like this. Especially if you're going to look for bigger upside. a bigger A, a bigger B, and I was looking for a lower C. If that played out instead, I thought a moonshot was almost guaranteed, in my opinion. It just looked way too good to not play. But we don't get what we want. Things aren't perfect. So, what do I see instead? Possible giant ABC here. What does this mean? Now, I talked about it last time, but you probably didn't make it that far into the live stream. I don't blame you guys. But if you take it off log and you draw a fib from the, believe the coronavirus bottom to the ABC top that ended in November 2021, you can see that price did touch the 0.441. How much weight does that carry? In my opinion, I don't know, because I really don't use log that much. So I don't want to paint myself the wrong perspective. But it very well could be that this was a bottom and that things are looking for higher upside. But on a larger, complete lifetime of Bitcoin perspective, it's completely possible that if you look at a more macro Elliott wave count, which I personally don't use that often, but I still use it for my, how do I say this? I would consider it fundamental analysis, which is like a step above macro for me. I know that's probably not the right term, but that's what I consider my fundamental, as like from the beginning of time, what does the count look like? And we can go over it, I'm sure, if I have time today, but I really want to get to the information that's important. But it's very possible this could have been the end of the fifth wave of a 5-wave cycle of the entire Bitcoin lifespan. So I don't want to play, doomsday prepper kind of type, the world is ending, but Bitcoin's screwed, it's going to zero. I'm not saying that. Worst case scenario, I think we might retest 20K as, as a good retest of support before blasting off on a, decade-long cycle. It's very possible. That's just my opinion. But at the same time, I'm more leaning towards that we might see some more consolidation, if not retest 29K, if not ever so slightly put in a lower low, and then continue having another bull run. And just the way timeline or time-wise, how things lined up with what's going on in the world and everything that's been happening, it makes sense, in my opinion. It makes sense. So, going back to the smaller time frame, I gave you my plan on what I was thinking or what I see in Bitcoin. I think what else? There's another thing I wanted to go over. I think it was ETH. Let me try to pull out another bubble here just to give you guys an idea of where the next local high is. So, in case you guys missed it, this is something I'm looking for. I'm looking to trade, depending on where price wants to reverse that. There's two possible ABCs. If you go back, I talk about it. If you guys are just tuning in now, if you guys are watching this, obviously we talked about it. So let's move on. ETH. Let's do. I gotta stop using USDT charts. I like using the Coinbase charts for my videos and for the live streams. All right, so almost same principle. Let's go up to a 4-hour, trying to get a more bigger perspective of what's going on here. Let's see. So the ABC isn't the cleanest, in my opinion. It's a little bit choppy, but I do see an ABC there. Let's see, and then I see an A. The ABC here is it's a lot cleaner, in my opinion. There's two possibilities. Now, this is one ABC here, so let's mark that down. I'll get rid of the bigger one. Give it a cleaner perspective. Alright, the ABC's here. So now there's two possibilities. Almost the same as BTC. So the A, the B, and then the C. So what I'm looking for are two variations of a reversal, or two ideas of a reversal. That we reverse from this point of this A, or this A at 30.42, or we could put in a bigger, much larger higher high at 32.94. It really depends on, it can reverse anywhere in between. And the beautiful part about this is that we have different trade ideas. And now we can make a plan accordingly. We're not just stuck to one possibility. For me, I like understanding and trying to come up with as much of a, how do I say this, an established plan as I can. In this case scenario, I see that there's multiple points of reversal, and how do I play that? Is understanding where it can reverse and just play my positions ahead of time and go from there. And the smaller time frame on like BTC, there isn't really a smaller. I mean, there is a smaller ABC, but price ETH is so far overextended that I'm not even looking at this anymore. That I'm viewing 3037 or 3036 and 3294 as my possible entries for a larger ABC if prices were to continue to the downside. Now I am holding hedges, or not hedges, I am still holding macro longs on 3 coins, BTC, ETH, and Litecoin. Litecoin is going to be more of a shorter term trade. And me personally, I just like to set up how I took it, and depending on where things go, I kind of want to keep. I don't want to keep multiple positions on a macro scale, if that makes sense. I want to take profits at certain points. So besides that, that's really the fundamental analysis of what I got going on between ETH and BTC, what I'm looking for. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any coins you want me to go over, anything you want, and that's pretty much it, really. So now's the time to ask. Now's the time if you want to look at any recommendation, or if you guys have any recommendations on coins or anything, feel free. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit. The reason why I wanted to come on live today is I'm actually wanting to do this tomorrow, but I got some exciting news. I'm actually getting my first tattoo. It's gonna be really fucking cool. I've been talking to a buddy of mine who does it, and this is something I've been planning for years. I always wanted to get one. Didn't come up with design until I think it was probably like 5-6 months ago. Brought up the idea, and we've been working back and forth since. So I think the day has come to where we actually get it started. So I'm actually really freaking excited. So I'm gonna be in the shop all day tomorrow. So if things do happen, I plan on bringing my laptop, my phone, and it sucks because I'm getting a full sleeve on my strong arm, which is my lefty. I am a lefty. So hopefully I can type fast enough on my right hand. I'm a little bit slow on my right hand, but hopefully I can get the information out to you guys as fast as possible. And that's just referring to people in the Discord. Just letting you guys know, speaking of the Discord, it is going to be a pay to get in group. The only reason why is because my goal is to help you start out. I'm not here to give you the perfect plan. I'm doing what I can, the best I can, to help you guys get a fundamental understanding of what trading is, between the analysis, between risk, and hope to help you guys build a strong foundation to where you can continue to, whether you evolve learning from me, or if you want to take the basics of what I taught you and helped you with and move on to someone else. That's the ultimate goal. It's not a signals group. I teach you guys how to fish, all right? And just like, I don't know if any of you guys have fished in real life. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Ugh. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys have ever fished before, but fishing, you just don't throw your bait in the water and just catch a fish. There's a whole process to it. So my goal is to help you guys come up with the same analysis, if not come up with your own analysis, that whether it's similar to mine or not, understanding the process of what it takes to get to there. So if you guys are interested, the link's in my bio. If you guys are not interested, that's fine. It's cool. If you want to just like and comment, that'd be awesome as well, and show your support. I really want to get out there to help you guys become better traders. And of course, I'm going to use these live streams as a portal for you guys to ask questions as well. I'm not going to completely hide behind a paywall. But I really want to. My goal for this year is I did talk about this before, but my goal for this year is to help you guys. Doing this, but for me to do that, I really want to focus on doing this full time. And if I can do this full time, give my 100% attention, 110% attention, and do as best as I can to help you. That's my ultimate goal with this. Is I would love to help one of you guys get to the same point of where I'm at in my career, and I'm at the point to where I can take a step back Can you explain the hedge? All right, Drake. Let me finish this thought, and I'll get right to your question. Good question, by the way. Um, so yeah, my goal is just to help you guys get to a better foundation, and I wanted to do this full time and really help you guys out. For me to do that, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to charge you guys for my time because I'm between me balancing a job, me balancing trying to grow the channel. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into it. Let me just give you guys an example. Let's see. So obviously you have my calls here, but I also have tutorial videos. You know, I go over the ABC method, how I approach it. There's in betweens. You know, the goal is to try to get you guys who are starting out to go through like a step-by-step process. If you guys are completely new, there's a DCA section, how I DCA, how to DCA properly, in my opinion, the methods I use. And if you guys want to continue from there, you know, we focus primarily on drawing trends using local lows to buy dips, and that's a core part of what you're going to be learning, because a lot of the trading that I do is technically based off of drawing trends. The next level is going to be intro to leverage trading. We're going to go over risk, how to use risk properly, how to set up local highs, local lows, to create ranges, and go from there. That's just a brief introduction. If you guys are interested, like I said, I'm going to be closing this up to a paid only server for now. If you guys are interested, we'll try to figure something out. Especially if you're coming from Kite's group, I don't mind helping you guys out, especially if you're coming from somewhere that I, you know, was a part of. I've been in that community for a while, and I appreciate all you guys who are there and contribute. So, links in the description if you're interested. If not, DM me. We'll try to figure something out. If you have any questions, I'm not gonna sit here and just, you know, make you guys pay for something that's so simple. But if you guys need more attention, you guys want to get some more in-depth help, I'm glad to help. So Drake, let's address. Can you explain hedging a little bit? I get confused when there's conflicting ABCs. Great question. And we can go back to, I talk about this in one of my tutorial videos, but what's been going on in price action recently has actually been a very, very good area to hedge and make money off of a certain range. So first, when you start off a hedge, or when you're hedge trading, the goal is to protect either your original trade that you're in that supports a certain idea that you might have, but you're still taking opposing positions to protect your profits. So for example, let's say you're bullish. Let's say you think this is the bottom of the bear market, or the bottom of the dip, and you want to try to catch the bottom or trade the reversal. That's great. If you're either, whether you're nailing the bottom or you're in a particular area where it's kind of choppy like this, if you can get a good position, it doesn't make sense to get rid of it and try to trade ranges back and forth. What I recommend is, if you're having let's say you have a good position, a good long position, which I'll give you an example right here, and you want to hedge short to protect that profit in case your idea isn't, your initial idea isn't true and it's false, and let's say, you know, if you're bullish and continues downwards, it allows you to establish security with your trades. So whether it's, you know, making up for a stop loss, or even hell, if you can time it, you can get a nice pullback trade. You know, if you're hedging off a long, make good money and just continue to play the range. So let's go over that. So me personally, in real time, I am long off of this ABC here. Okay. I see an A. Oh, sorry. That's the wrong point. See an A, a B, and a C. Now, since the A, what I talk about is sometimes when A's get overextended, you do have a problem to where if you try to catch the A coming back up, since the C wave and the A wave are so far apart, it's going to create a problem with, how do I say this? With potential choppiness. In this case, you know, there's a lot of chop in between. And if you were to try to play that ABC, you're gonna have a hard time. So what I recommend, if the C is overextended past the A, you're gonna play the ABC off the C. So in this case, this was a long position here. All right, and I did take this, and I'm still holding this. So I'm using a 1.5, and then, you know, the take profit is whenever I see fit. So let's just draw it up there. All right, so this is a trade I'm holding. So there's a potential situations where structure forms that can possibly conflict to your original position. So in this case, since you're using ABCs, I took an ABC to the downside. I took a long off an ABC to the downside for a reversal. So let's say price action's moving along. All right, you see an A, you see a B, and then you see a C. All right. So in real time, you're gonna view this as a possible point of reversal. So how do you protect yourself? You can protect yourself by possibly hedging. So in this scenario, I personally didn't play this, but you could have played an ABC to the downside as a short, and you could have targeted. Usually, we go based off of fibs. If not, you try to play to the bigger structure. All right. In that case, it did hit the 0.441. So you could have secured a profit, depending on what stop loss you were using, how aggressive. And for me, I mostly use 1.5 at this stage right now, as I'm trying to build an account and just be a little bit more risk. How do we say this? Use a safer stop loss or just be less risky in general. So in this case, I did secure. I did. You would have taken a profit, and you probably would have taken. Sorry, you would have taken a trade, and you would have taken profit if you're using that metric. If you're trying to play into the larger structure, you would have gotten stopped out. There's a time and place to do each. I can't really recommend you do a certain one. But in this case scenario, you would have taken a short. Now let's say you took profit. What hedging does is, let's say you thought this was a top and price continued downward. So let's say it eventually would have canceled out your short or your long. So your long would have got stopped out. What this allows you to do is that if you're risking, let's say a 4.5, so let's say you're risking $50, you risk 50, you hit this on the first try, you made 200. Let's say you hit it on the third try, 150. Same risk on the long if you're using $50. So now what it allows you to do is, if you wanted to protect your profits or protect your original position, you would have taken profit on that pullback, and if price continued down, it's a clean slate for you. You did good. We came out with profit at the end. So if you got stopped out once on the short, and let's say you got stopped out on the long, you're still net positive too. So now you can go back to the drawing board and figure out your next position. All right. The next thing you could have done is, depending on what I'm looking for, most of the time when I hedge, I'm hedging off of bigger setups, bigger positions. So what I mean by that is, when ABCs form, I understand that there's two possibilities. That one, either this is a reversal on a bigger trend, or this is just a pullback to where you can see higher highs. What I mean by that is, like I said before, prices could have came back down, reversed, and test lower lows to create a bigger ABC. So what I mean by that is this. All right? That was a valid possibility. But I wasn't willing to cut my long, because it was such a good position to hold. So for me, it's not worth cutting. I'd rather take the risk and hold on to it and use a hedge as a way to secure that initial position in case I do lose. The next step is that I understand that ABCs are just ABCs. So what I mean by that is, you have an ABC, which we discussed. Now it's a possibility that you have an A to a B to a C. Now, in real-time price action, prices blew right through the A. So I'm waiting for price action to give me another clear ABC. Now remember, this is looking at through a 30-minute to an hour time frame. I'm sorry if I keep hitting the mic. So I'm not trading this chop. So I have my established A. Let me get rid of this just to clear this up for you guys. I have my original A. I understand that this is the B, and now that price action blew past the A, I'm looking for an ABC within the C. And what do I mean by that? Let price action figure out what it wants to do. Let it develop. I see an A. There's a pullback here, and there's a C. I'm sorry if I'm going on, Drake. If I'm going on too long, please just let me know. I'm trying to just give you a real-time example on how I approach my hedge positions. So remember, this first hedge that I pointed out, I did not personally take, because I didn't think the perspective of the structures was big enough. Could I have been wrong? Absolutely. But I was willing to not take that trade. The next step is understanding that once you see an ABC, you take the ABC reversal. All right. And you can do two things. Now, in this case, you have a very, very strong position between two hedges, or two hedge positions. Sorry, your hedge position and your main position. So now there's two ways to go about this. You can either have them fight to the death, to where the macro or this move would be so significant between the two that it's going to give you an overall trend change. So what I mean is, let's say you're holding this short. Now we had such a big pullback that this could have easily continued into a bigger move to the downside. And depending on whether you were testing the low of 32K, you could have held it down to there, or you can hold it down to 29K. All right. So this allows you to give you more profit on a bigger position, on a bigger move. So if you had a chance, if you had a chance to short it, let the two positions fight out. Worst case scenario, you lose one, but you're such a massive profit in the other one that it makes up for it and you're able to continue holding that position. So what hedging allows you to do is it doesn't sacrifice your original position, but also it doesn't allow you to... Okay. Thank you, Drake. I appreciate it. This allows you to go on... How do I say this? Not necessarily go on. I'm sorry. I'm just going on a rant here, so sometimes I gotta catch myself and reset. This allows you to have two positions fight, and it allows you to catch a potential bigger macro move. But what I did personally was a little bit different. To me, I wanted to take a larger macro long or a bigger long because I understood that we had a bigger ABC to the downside. So I'm going to be looking for an ABC to the upside. So me personally, not financial advice. I'm just some dumb kid on the internet. Well, I'm 27. I'm still a kid anyway. Just a disclaimer. What I'm doing, what I don't recommend you guys do, but it's what I'm doing personally, is that I'm not even going to consider taking profit on this original long until we put in a bigger ABC structure. A, B, C. Okay? So I'm not going to take profit until we get to that area. So I'm holding this. So just off that first hedge short you could have taken, you could have just let it ride. Worst case scenario, you walk away net positive. Best case scenario, you take the hedge, you take profit, and then there's more upside, and you made a lot more money. So let's go back to the smaller time frame and just give you more examples of how I hedge and how I was able to make a decent amount off this. So let me get rid of this. And Drake, if you have any questions along the way, feel free to stop me. I'm sure there's some latency between when I'm talking and when you're actually seeing your chat. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull up the YouTube chat directly from the stream. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to see you guys now. Okay. Cool. So I'll be able to see chat real time or at least a little bit faster. Anyway, so now I'm holding this original long position. I'm sorry, hold on. This music is getting annoying. So since I took a larger ABC short to the downside here. All right. Now, there's two ways of going about taking profit. You can take the profit to 0.441. All right. So if you're taking a hedge short here, $9.62. Same case scenario what I talked about before. Is you could have taken your profit there, let the rest ride, let your long go on for as long as it can until you can let it last, and then you walk away net positive regardless. And you also walk away with net profit because you're protecting your original trade. So basically all what hedging is understanding that sometimes you need to play a setup regardless of what your opinion is as a way to protect yourself. Now, obviously the caveat to that is sometimes price can be choppy, and you can get into a bad hedge position to where you might lose a couple times, and it might take away from your initial profit. But the point is to secure your original position, regardless of what your idea is. So if you're shorting, if you're a macro short or a bigger short, you can take hedge longs in between to help protect yourself. If you're holding a macro long, in this case I'm taking shorts in between to protect my initial trade. So me personally, I understood that this uptrend here was a bigger A. So I established an ABC, right? So it's a bigger A. So I'm looking for a bigger B. The B could have been anywhere from that 0.441 all the way back down, as long as it doesn't get back below the point of the original uptrend. So in this case scenario, since I'm expecting a pullback off of a larger trend, I'm personally looking for a larger structure within that. Sorry, I'm looking for a larger structure within the pullback itself before I either consider taking profit. So what I'm aiming at is, since we have an ABC here, all right, I have another ABC to the downside here. And once I saw that price was kind of choppy, making its way downwards in I call this more of a sloppy way, because it's just kind of channeling downwards. Since price was channeling downwards, I was looking for a bigger pump as a retest or as a break of the trend. And in this case, I personally waited until, I'll make this a different color so I can differentiate, or you can tell the difference between what I'm looking at before and then now. So this green line was the original A. Once price came back above, I was looking for a retest. So similar to a ABC to the downside. And what I talk about a lot is with these larger structures, sometimes the C overextends way past the A. So within the C wave, you're going to have an ABC. And so once the retest the original A came, that's when I decided to take my profit on my short. So now I got a little bit extra out of it. Does this happen every time? No. How you want to take profit on your hedges is really depending on how you do it or what you want. Me personally, I can get a bigger idea of what's going on structure-wise, so I can look for the bigger structure, if that makes sense. If you're new to this and you're starting out, I would suggest taking hedge positions and sticking to fib levels. So in this case, you wouldn't have gotten the best of it, but the point of hedging is not to get the best position. The point is to secure your original idea or your original position. So let's see. And this goes on to another thing too, is Drake, if you have any questions about managing multiple accounts or trading different accounts in different ways, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. If you are, that's fine. But basically, all I was going to talk about was understanding. You might have. Cool, Drake. I appreciate the input. I'm glad I was able to be clear and concise about it. Sometimes I go off on tangents. If I ever go off, just let me know if I'm getting too out of topic. But the idea is to secure your original position or original thought. So, and sometimes it doesn't have to just be one trade. You can sit here and play the chop. You can play the range. If you're holding a macro long, like in this case I talked about that I took shorts on multiple positions or different structures. I also took longs again. I'm in another account, another position where I'm long from here. And I took profit on this long. And what I did was I found the same thing. ABC to the downside. I took once I got back above the A. And now on the upside, this was a clear ABC. ABC up, ABC down. So A, B, and then upside within the within the C, there's an ABC. So I took another short here. And I just milked this range as much as I could. Took another one, 1.5, and the same thing. I'm looking for an ABC to the downside. Actually, I think this one I might have taken off the 0.441. I just want to see where that lines up. No, I did not. I did play the bigger structure. I have to look at my logs and check, but I'm pretty sure I took it off the larger structure. So same thing. I'm looking for an ABC down here. And I understand as, consolidation happens, the moves get smaller in between. So I'm not going to be expecting a move like this or like this every time. So I'm looking for an A, a B, and a C. I took it above here. I didn't take it at the exact bottom because I wasn't too sure. And that was the last big position I got into, and I'm still holding. Well, I took profit on some positions because I took profit on multiple coins. So, let's see. Drake, hopefully that answers your question. I hope that was enough detail for you. Anybody else any more questions or anything? Want me to go over any coins? Is there anything you want me to talk about? It doesn't be chart related. So let's just hang out for a little bit. Like I said, I do have to get going soon. Let's see. Oh, I got 2 new subscribers. Hernia. I'm sorry. I'm butchering that name. Flaviu. Oh, that's terrible. Please don't hate me. Don't unsubscribe if I pronounce that wrong. But thank you so much for subscribing. King Philip 415. I also appreciate you subscribing as well. I also appreciate you guys watching, whether you're watching it live or a rerun. Hopefully there's some good information here for you. King Philip, what are your go-to time frames? Great question. It depends. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're going, try to play macro positions, obviously time frame matters, but it doesn't. So what I mean by that is it matters if you're too close. So never ever zoom in too far, depending on perspective of what you're looking to trade. If you're looking to trade more of a macro, I usually go to a 4 or 6 hour and I zoom out. I'm scrolling that mouse all the way back as far as I can. I can't scroll this thing. Oh, I just spilled all my picks. I can't scroll this thing back any further. If I'm doing a little bit smaller time frame, initially I like to look at a 1 hour. All right, in the same scenario, I do have it blown up a little bit, but I'm zoomed out all the way, and I'm looking for very clear ABCs. Or if not, I'm looking for an A and a B and within an ABC. So let me give you an example. All right, I know it obviously looks small on an hour time frame, but I see an ABC here, so I'm going to establish this as my A. Now, regardless if this were to continue downward, I would have to go back and redraw my ABC to where that this was an A, a B, and a C. But since that didn't happen, my original idea still stands. So this was an A, this was a B, and I understand that there's a C. Now, once price gets overextended past the A, then I'll drop down to like a 30-minute. And the same thing. I personally suggest do not go past a 15-minute. Now, because when you're on a 2-minute and 5-minute, you can zoom out all the way, and it looks like you're getting a good perspective on the market, but in retrospect, it's very small. So, me personally, 30-minute, 15-minute absolute lowest if I need to, but I'm not going beyond that. I used to play the 5-minute. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know how much experience you have with the strategy, King Philip. If you're relatively new, don't go past a 15-minute, please. Regardless of what time frame you're using, I don't know if you're doing this on, I got a 32-inch 1080p monitor, so I can zoom out pretty far. If you're on your phone, it's gonna be a little bit different. If you're using a laptop, it's gonna be different. It's all about perspective, and that's something I learned as I continue to practice and use this strategy. And mostly all trading, the number one mistake a lot of people have, regardless of the strategy they use, is that they're too zoomed in. They're too focused on the smaller time frames, trying to catch every bottom and top. When you're doing ABCs, I'm not saying it can't be done. It can be done. I've done it, but at what cost? It's a very taxing on your mental health. And you're not always going to get the bottom. You're not always going to get the top. And if you're not careful, it can eat you alive. So that's just personal experience. That's just me kind of give you an idea of what to look for, especially when you're starting out. So hopefully, King Philip, that answered your question. I hope it did. This kind of just, I would say not rephrase, but quick summary. Uh, the too long didn't read version. Usually an hour, 30-minute, 15-minute lowest. But make sure you zoom out regardless of what time frame you're in. That's the most important thing. So, thank you so much for the question, though. And guys, if you like this, give the video a like. I really appreciate you guys stopping by watching. I appreciate you guys contributing. I love having these conversations. So, ask away. Sweet. I got this desk. So it's I don't know the dimensions. I got to look it up. But this desk is massive. It's an L shape. I think it's, if I had to guess, probably 4 feet long. Nah, like 4.5, 5 feet long, and it's an L shape. So I got my monitor set up here, my camera up there. I have this cool thing for my secondary light, which I think, oh, is it? Oh, yeah, but it's almost dead. I gotta charge that. But the desk adjusts, so like, watch this. Uh-oh. I lost one of my displays. Hold on a second, guys. This is what I get for trying to show off. Well, not show off, just show you guys some cool stuff. I hope it didn't fuck up the stream. TV don't go. All right, I'm back. I promise. I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, all I was trying to do is show you how this desk can move up and down. And I look like an idiot trying to do that in the process. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Any question? Oh, sorry, I keep repeating myself. Now's your chance to shoot your shot. Can you guys hear music? I got music playing in the background. I'm not sure if you guys can. I actually waved to this guy. Whoops. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the music or not. If you can't, next time I'm going to look into trying to figure out how to do both. The problem with my sound last time is, I don't know if you guys called this in the beginning, but big problem I was having was, for some reason, I use a software that's kind of used as like a, how do I say it? Is it a mixer? I would say a mixer. I'm not too sure. But the mixer would use the same audio drives as the audio settings set on my Streamlabs. So I guess there was conflicting problems, and it just created this terrible fucking static. And like I said, I'm so sorry about that. I'm probably honestly either gonna remove the video or just forget like it never happened. Because that's not an excuse. I got to be better than that. This is all a learning curve for me too, because this is new for me. Streaming is relatively new, even though I started streaming 6 months ago. Thanks, Drake. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad I can help. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you can come by again soon and try and ask questions. You guys have any help, you can hit me up. I'm not sure if, pretty sure my Discord's in the description. If not, let me just double check that actually. I'm not sure if it is. I don't think it is. I'll add it in there. Let's see. If not, it's Johnny_crypto. Johnny is lowercase because I'm a dumbass and forgot to put the capital. The hashtag is... Why can't I view my fucking account? Wow. Okay, for some reason Well, I'll put it in the description when this is ever over, or when this is over. So if you have any other questions, Drake, hit me up. Not looking forward to see you again. Thank you for stopping by. I'm subculture and catch crypto. Let me look. Do you know the hash? Do you know the numbers behind that by any chance? Because yeah, I'll add you as a friend. Let's see. Subculture. Oh. We already okay, yeah, you already sent me a friend request. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Does anybody else have any questions for me? I'm probably gonna sign off here in a little bit. Before I wrap things up, I kind of want to give you guys a chance to ask me anything. An AMA. They could be anything. But I'm sure it's probably gonna be trading related, which is fine. Tomorrow's the first day of spring? Is it? First day of spring. Oh, the 20th. It's on a Sunday. Winters are officially over. Thank God. Now, I don't know where you guys live, but out here in the East Coast, we're well in the Northeast. It's pretty much we had snow last week before spring was starting, and now it's all gone. Thank God. Hopefully, there's no more snow. I'll give it like 10 more minutes. 9:30. I'm gonna sign off. I gotta get ready. I gotta go get stuff together for getting my tattoo tomorrow. I have a feeling I'm gonna be there all fucking day. Originally, I was supposed to go at 12. Well, my appointment was at 12, and he told me to get there like 15, 30 minutes early, so 11:30. But now he's like, "Hey, man, if you want to come by, I'll take you down there to show you around and all that." And so if you want to get started early, I'm like, "All right, I can't say no." So I can't say no. I always thought tattoos were cool. All right. Let's see what else. Today is Friday. I'm sure everyone's out. It's also St. Patty's weekend, and St. Patty's Day was yesterday. You guys are being not responsible. You guys are not educating yourselves. You're going out getting drunk. It's okay. I did the same thing when I was like 21, 22. I'm saying that like I'm old. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm getting close to my prime. stand on my chair. Right now I'm just doing a Captain Morgan stance. I got one leg up over my chair. I'm just sitting there just Captain. All right. Let's see. Wow, I'm at 35 subscribers. You guys are fucking awesome. I can't whistle. Okay, I was trying to see the latency between what I'm seeing and what I'm putting out on my end. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, it's perfect timing. So I'm probably gonna start wrapping things up because it's been quiet for a little bit. Um, I know you guys are, I know you guys are busy. It's the weekend. If you guys have any questions, give it like another 2 minutes. If you guys are just hopping in now, rewind. All the TAs there. Long story short, I'm looking for a little bit of a higher high. Let's see. I'll go over quickly. Looking for an ABC based off two positions, either ABC bigger or a smaller ABC here, and I'm gonna try to short the reversals. Um, but all that I go into detail on that in the beginning of the stream. If you guys want to rewind that, view it back. Right now we're just kind of just chilling out, bullshitting. So, before I wrap things up, give you guys a chance to ask a question if you guys have anything. Josh V, appreciate you, buddy. I do my best, man. I'm doing what I can. Hopefully you think I'm good. If you think I'm good, tell your friends. That's if you if wow, that was a really bad stutter. If you guys watch me, subscribe, and you know someone who's new to this or wants to get into it, send them my way. I don't mind helping them out. My goal here is to be a bridge between starting out from new or nothing to learning and trading other people's ideas. And I think there's a very core necessity of understanding the basics of what trading is and what trading should be and how to approach trading. And that's my goal here. Is like, look, I'm no one special. I am some kid who took the time and really wanted to learn this and made this a full-time thing for my full-time thing, but I wanted to make this a way to get ahead, and it ended up working out for me. So if I can do it, you guys can do it too. Josh, all my friends are no coin. Well, hey, maybe if you do well, you can convince your friends to do the same as well. That's what happened to me. No one gave a shit until I got good. So, and now, I mean, my close friend group, I always help out. But the time I was gone, you should have seen. Oh God. Sorry, I'm just cringing at at what you're saying, Josh. My one buddy who invests thinks TA is fake. Well, I'm sure your buddy, I'm sure your buddy is a safe investor. Nothing wrong with that. But maybe he hasn't seen the way. Because I was skeptical. I mean, how do I say this? It's not that I wasn't skeptical. I'm skeptical of a lot of things, but I'm not afraid to try it. That's the difference. The difference between me and most people, or people who are just successful in general, is that a lot of people are afraid to try new things. I tried a lot of things. So, well, okay. Tried a lot of things, I guess, investing wise. There's a lot of things I still haven't tried in the aspect of the entire world, but you know what I mean. Let's see. No coiners. I always think that's hilarious. Honestly, I'd rather have no coiners than shit coiners. Shit coiners piss me off. They don't piss me off, but they annoy me a little bit. There's a lot of guys who are shit coiners, you know, who throw their money in some random coin that they think it's gonna pump 1000x. Likes to question my thoughts sometimes, and I'm just like, where are you coming from? Where are you getting this information from, dude? Like, I understand you think a certain way, but be open. That's all this is about. It's about being open. All right, I'm dragging this on. Josh, I appreciate you stopping by, buddy. You're in the Discord, so if I give you any updates, you'll know. Before I sign off, I'm just gonna lead off with two things. If you guys like to stream, whether you're watching it real time or watching it as a rerun or a past stream, like the video, comment. If you guys haven't subscribed, I really would appreciate it. I'm gonna try not to ask too much, but I feel like, you know, I really want to get the ball rolling. The goal is to help you guys, and if you guys support me, it makes me want to help you guys that much more. So, if you haven't subscribed, like, dislike, doesn't matter. Comment, tell me I suck. Hey, I'll take it. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it, man. Take care, buddy. Before I go, I'm just gonna just shout out my links. On Twitter at everything's in the description where it is. Twitter handle is jcrypto0099. You guys will follow me there. I'm going to try to post here more active, but I'm going to be mostly active here on YouTube. If not, it's going to be the Discord. There's links in the description if you guys are interested in supporting me, whether it's through affiliate links or if you guys are interested in learning from me. I thought I put the Patreon group in there. Well, I have a link to the Patreon if you guys are interested in joining the Discord. I'll have to update it. I could have swore I put it in there. But besides that, I'm gonna try to do my best. I'll probably hop on here Monday, Tuesday, whatever really fits my schedule. I'm kind of just going with the flow, just you know, free ball it. I don't know what I was gonna say with that. But until next time, you guys have a good weekend. Be safe. Trade smart. Don't drink too much. I know you guys are gonna be partying St. Patty's Day. Hope you guys aren't too hungover by the weekend. But be good. Take care. Have a good weekend. And I'm not gonna do the thing. I'm not gonna do it. All right, I'm not gonna do it. All right, guys, be good. Peace. I can't wait. I just fucking did that. It's fucking cringe.